Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to our DNA webinar. I'm Jerry Durant, your DNA host. Today we have Commerce Build presenting to us with Sales Director Robbie Bernstein. She has some interesting things to show and tell us about. So without further delay, please go ahead, Robbie.
Thanks so much, Jerry. I just want to say thank you again for DNA for giving us this wonderful opportunity to be a part of your webinar series. I'm one of the sales directors at Commerce Build, and I'm just so thrilled today to share with you how we're going to help you grow revenue, improve order efficiency, and enhance your customer experience. So a little bit with Commerce Build, we connect customers to the heart of every business with ERP integrated e-commerce. And since inception, we've been committed to delivering really affordable solutions for businesses of all sizes that cater to the B2B, B2C companies. We focus in on manufacturing, distribution, retail, food and beverage is really hot right now, and really ensuring that swift implementations for that maximum, customer results that you get that ROI. And this slide that I'm showing right now really speaks to all those conversations we have with, companies on that first call. Believe it or not, I would say over 55% of them have websites already, or they've been trying to build out their sites, and the conversations, really are about the frustrations that they've been experiencing or have experienced with the past projects of long-term, contract delays, being really expensive, having to hire really complex solutions like costly web developers because they realize their site's been really heavily coded. And a really great example is, a company in the Sage community had hired a CTO to work for them to develop 5 of their sites worldwide. And can you imagine, the CTO left within 7 months of the special position they created, and they realized, oh my gosh, it's so coded, what are we gonna do? And that's where we started to have the conversations, and it was hard, but we made it really easy for them to sadly abandon everything that was created, but to get them running. And we have managed to implement their sites, as we say, quickly, robustly, and affordably worldwide. So a little bit more about Commerce Build is that since 2006, we've been that leading provider of e-commerce web stores, customer portals and sales portals for hundreds of Sage, X3 and 300 customers. And we have built over 1,000 web stores worldwide. What really also makes us stand out is that we're affordable, and we don't contain a GMV pricing module like other e-commerce providers. And for those who don't know what GMV means, it's really that gross merchandise value, where a lot of software companies, they either charge you for the volume you're processing through the sites, or they're charging residuals on the transaction and payment processing. We're agnostic. We want you to be so successful and keep all your margins, so we just charge simply that SaaS fee and that one-time implementation. And talking about implementations, we do them really quickly. We can do customer portals within 48 hours, and we can do a full B2B, B2C, or both at the same time. We've done them in 60 days or less. And customer support is our ethos at Commerce Build. We really are passionate to ensure from the moment we meet to onboarding that you've got that global support 24/7, 365. So if you do need help, you would issue a ticket, and our response time is less than an hour. And I always like to share that you are always rating our performance out of 5 for any requests for help. And I'm really proud to say we have a 99.3% retention rating of approval for how fast we respond and take care of them. And what also makes us really stand out is that we're a one-stop shop. And what that means to you as a company is that we do all the hosting. We work with you from the first conversation of all your planning. And if you need help with designing, that's not a problem. There's so many teams we understand who don't have a full marketing team or even, you know, the first thoughts of how to design a site. And as we've been doing this, as we say, for over 17 years, we definitely help out, whether you show us samples or we give you templates. We just make it easy, and we'll connect to your stage, we'll build it out, we test, and we go live. So not every e-commerce platform is built the same, and e-commerce platforms and their features are designed for, you know, so many specific types of organizations. So in a world where the lines between B2B, which is business to business, and B2C, which means business to consumer, e-commerce has become a little bit blurry, and finding that right e-commerce provider is really imperative for your success. And I'm sure many of you, if not all of you, will recognize these logos that you see today. And these are samples of other e-commerce providers. And I'm not here to share anything, you know, bad by any means. I'm here to educate and explain the difference between these mainstream e-commerce platforms and choosing an ERP integrated e-commerce solution, and when it's a good fit or when you should be focusing on ERP driven. And, you know, a great example, you know, when maybe a Shopify would be, you know, a great idea to begin with, is if you're a company that maybe isn't relying on your ERP for all your business logic, and maybe you just have a couple, you know, 100 SKUs, not a lot, and you just need something really simple. But when you're a company that's relying on your, you know, ERP business logic, that's where you really find that you need to have that integrated site. And I'm going to explain more why now. So, you know, with most mainstream e-commerce platforms, they connect to the ERP through a connector. So you're using a connector to connect, and they're not natively integrated. I use that word native. And because connectors are not natively integrated with the ERP, you've got two systems needing to be managed separately, which can really create data silos. So this means that not all data in the ERP will be available on the mainstream e-commerce platform, and not all the functionality of one system is available to the other. So what happens is the data needs to be synchronized between both systems, and this is where it starts to break down because it has to be manually updated. So can you imagine you're updating the site? This is what we hear all the time too. You're managing the ERP, and the changes aren't flowing from one system to the other. So you're getting inaccurate inventory. You might be charging wrong pricing, but worst of all, you're getting frustrations because of all that missing information between the systems, and it's causing delivery issues. And so when we really, you know, want to educate and explain the differences between a mainstream e-commerce solution, I like to always say, as again, visualizing, you're deploying a website and then building a separate e-commerce database where the customer is responsible for managing and maintaining, you know, all that pricing, the inventory, the products, the customers, and all that financial data on the website. The customers are responsible for building complex workflows and business logic to really support the different customer types. And it's extremely time consuming, plus hard to manage and maintain that data integrity. So businesses must also integrate, you know, we hear it all the time, how can you help us with, you know, tax? We need to do all the tax implementations. Do you support, you know, payment gateways, all the shipping rules? So it adds all those layers of complexity. So it does fall apart again when, you know, you're purchasing a separate connector to try to synchronize all this data between your ERP and the e-commerce database. So a change in your website, you know, as we say, won't be synchronizing properly within the ERP. So once again, the IT teams are getting frustrated. The team CSRs are upset because they have, you know, everyone calling them saying this wasn't right, or you put in the wrong SKU because they've had to manually enter things. It's just not connecting properly. And in today's fast-paced digital world, maintaining seamless and efficient e-commerce operations is really more crucial than ever. Yet many businesses are facing challenges such as stagnant revenue growth, This is like that inability to scale the operations and capture new revenue. And a great example is where we have conversations where companies are relying on their sales team or, CSRs, as we say, to really get those orders with their wonderful clients, but they're selling regionally and they really want to explore how can we expand nationally or even go international. And that's where having web stores will really help you grow and do it really affordably and efficiently. Another big area is, poor customer experience. So as we say, that fragmented shopping experience. And that's frustrating for customers because they really want to be able to put in orders any time of day. And we hear that. And we've all been experiencing it since COVID, that our lives have changed, especially how we work. And we all have different work hours now, or we get to do a 4-day work week. So it's having that efficiency so that you can really accommodate this new way of living that we've been doing these past few years, especially. And lastly, that inefficient order management. It's once again that disconnection between systems. So it's leading to errors and delays and increased operational costs. And for many companies, we work with a lot of pharmaceuticals. Can you imagine? You can't ask to, reship a medical product. There's a safety condition, being held there. So they lose their entire shipment if the wrong items were sent, and that's really costly. So this is where we're going to reduce those errors and really make everyone happy, especially the customers. So when you see this pie chart, this is where we say Commerce Build, as we are. We're this native solution within Sage 300 and with X3 as well. We've also just, so you know, expanded into Intact, and we're that missing piece to e-commerce success. Commerce Build really uses that rich data housed in Sage, like customers' inventory, pricing, financials, and associated business logic to easily and quickly really build out those web stores so that your customers are able to really feel like they're having that personalized buying experience because everything's pulling in from the ERP so that we've got the inventory, we've got their pricing. If they're on terms, that's going to be, shown in the store. Perhaps they're a naughty customer not paying, so they're only allowed to be on credit card processing. But you don't have to lose sleep knowing that we have all that information sinking into the site. So it really solves that, data integrity and management issues that have been associated with connectors. And talking about our solutions, I'm so excited. We do have 4 unique experiences that we can offer. So when you see B2C, as I say, that's business to consumer, that's where anyone can go on and purchase online, seeing the, their retail price. So it's like being a guest user. We've all been there. It's like being, as we say, on an Amazon, for instance. B2B is that retail experience where a customer would log into the web store and have that personalized experience, showcasing that customer specific pricing, products, inventory, and locations. And we can also do all those orders and quotes. If you have quotes, they can be placed online and they're written directly back into the ERP so that you can, pick, pack, and ship. And you just know that it's that seamless integration pushing in, and it saves so much time from having to manually enter all these orders. Customer portals are really popular and a really great way to start with us as well. So maybe you want to do a phased approach, and the customer portal will allow your customers to log in. They can view all their order status, shipping, tracking information, and pay invoices if you want to give that option online. We also, for our last experience, the 4th one, we can do sales portals, which allow sales reps to log in. They can represent the customers. Your customers can use it as well to place orders and issue quotes on the customer's behalf as well. So all these integrated approaches, work really well so that you can create this amazing user experience. And this is what a sales portal, you're trying to visualize what it looks like. It's this quick order functionality, it's what we call it. So literally it's this wonderful screen where you can click by searching by the product SKU, part number, perhaps it's a product description, and this is all syncing from your Sage. So you'll see there, yeah, they'll be able to see the listing price, it's their price, what's in the ERP, it's how you sell it. Are you selling eaches, per, individual item, or is it going to be cases? All of that is showing up, and expected ship date. And leaning on this, I always love a wonderful promotion that we're doing with Sage. I'm so excited. We still have till the end of September. So we're doing a sales portal promotion, and I'll show this in a moment. And what this is we're allowing you, as we say, to enable B2B sales reps and customers to use one-click ordering. You can quickly search and order products by SKU and product description. We can even post cash receipts directly to Sage 300. And what's really important too is that all the invoices will be able to be tracked, the tracking information. So it's eliminating those phone calls. Where's, my order? Can you send me the tracking number? And it's incredible. A sales portal, we did the metrics, saves on average 30 to 65 CS customer support resources days per year. And it's always a fun conversation to say, what would you do for your team to have those extra hours? Most say it would allow us to be able to grow new business and focus on other initiatives and just, as you say, doing things that could be automated. We have a huge network, and it's strengthening every day and month. We build out amazing ecosystem with the most widely used, e-commerce add-ons for things like payments, tax, shipping, even PIMs, product management tools, and punch-out providers for EDI. So we listen to you all, and we always are upgrading to really grow and scale and offer the best of the best. I'm going to pause here and show you some live sites so it comes to life. I'm very visual, as I'm sure everyone here is as well. So let's share my screen and make sure that it is showing up here. So there we go. So Foothills Creamery is a wonderful dairy company out of Alberta, and it's summertime, it's hot. Who doesn't want gorgeous ice cream right now? And this will make you all be salivating. But I wanted to show you right away a great example. We can do really simple, beautiful, clean sites, and showing that search capabilities. You're on the site, you can search by the, categories. Let's go to ice cream. And then this is where we really help out. We build out all this filtering here on the side. So this is where we always want to listen to, how do your customers buy from you? So we can build that so that really the goal is for them to find what they're looking for, click, and be able to get on with their day. But to show you as well, we can do up to 11 photos. So see here, you can get the nutritional information, and we can also put in all that product information, as we say, if you do have product data sheets that need to be entered. We're also showing if it's in stock. We can always give you, options, how much of the stock availability you want to show. And of course, this pricing is pulling in from their actual customers who are logged in. To show you today about that sales, portal promotion, you were seeing this picture before. This is what we were talking about. We can build a site. So say you didn't want to build out a huge website with all the pictures and the data descriptions, and you wanted the ability for your sales reps or your customers, the CSRs, to be able to log in on behalf of the customers. And as we say, the customer can log in directly. They can put in orders using the screen, so that you can see an example right at the top, salted butter. So if I'm typing in again that salted, you can see, you can search really quickly. This is what I'm looking for, and you can click on it. And we're showing again if it's in stock, if you needed to show the exact numbers, that we can do as well. It's showing the unit price. They're selling by case in this instance, so that they can go to view to cart and they can check out. We also do for this sales portal promo, just so you know, is that we do show the we call it our customer portal features, where they will be able to look at all their orders from the past, whether it was, phone order, email, placed on the web. They can check, they can view the order, fantastic. They can print it out, so easy and seamless. Once again, reducing all these phone calls that you're receiving every day, like, where's my order? And this is where we can make your accountants happy. We can do all that transactional history. They can do, the viewing if they want to create dates. We can add that payment if you want to have that credit card functionality. We work with, specific gateways for the Sage integration. Or for many of our clients, they just are on net terms. They don't want that pay button. They just want to make every, accounting team of their clients happy, so that they don't have to call in to find lost invoices or see what's been paid or not. Moving along, I always love to show Kookaburra. It's, I call the creme of the creme of a marketing site. They, I would say, are the Louis Vuitton of cricket down under. And I wanted to show this site because if you do want to have like a very marketing driven site, we can absolutely help with having these incredible videos, lots of banners running. It's a bit more of a lively site with lots of things going on. And as you can say, with this information, and we can do this so seamlessly as well. And they have really built out categories that you can see to make it easy, because there's so many leagues. They're selling a lot of football league, jerseys and clothing. And so they've done that filtering again, so that you can find your team in a click of a button. You can find that size so easily. And we also, as we say, have the ability to really showcase a lot of information. So they've got a bit more pictures, but we can zoom in. You can see on all the details which you would need for many products. You can do the drop down as well. So this shows the sizing. We call these variants. So if you were selling, say, products that had different sizes of, say, it's in bottles, we can do all of that as well. So you can visualize that. We have all this product information, again, not a problem to put all of this on your site for all the product details you could ever imagine and more. So Kookaburra, as I say, is a wonderful site where you can really aspire to if you really want to have so much presentation of details. Batteries Expert, I love showcasing as well, a wonderful Canadian company based out east, and we can do bilingual, just so you know. Absolutely no problem if you want to do multi-language sites with us. I wanted to just show this example because batteries, you think it's so easy, but it's really not. There's so many categories. And it's a really complex product to sell, because how do you deliver this information, not only to consumers like you and me if we wanted to quickly replace a battery, but for the resellers who are also ordering. This doesn't demo. You might be able to see all the breakdowns, hopefully, of the categories. I apologize if you can't see that. But you can do, breaking down the options here of, sorry, it's locking in on me. You gotta love doing a live demo when my product finder hasn't been able to be completed here. But moving right along, you gotta love this. I'm just gonna change it also into English just so you can see that we can convert the pricing. But we can showcase lots of information here as well to find the batteries. And we have for them, we can extend the, the titles for everyone as well, because we know Sage has limited character space. For Batteries Experts as well, they wanted to have all the specifications showing here, documentations, all of that information. And lastly, for the demo, as I know we're approaching close to the half-an-hour mark of my webinar, I wanted to share Oxworks. It's such a wonderful company out of Australia. They build gorgeous fences. Doesn't this make you want to just eat the ice cream from Pitt Hills and hang out by the pool? So we can do kits and configurators. We do everything. We can do a simple site all the way to enterprise. And what this means is that we're making it easy for their customers to literally build out a custom fence. and to know exactly the bill of materials. So for today, I'll do a single run. I can do next, but look at this. It's amazing. You can do the run length. You can do the panel height. I can have a sleeper. We'll say, no, I don't need any posts. I'll choose the sawtooth. Let's do the breezeway design. And look, it's already starting to build up my fence. Now I can do all the coloring too. This is fun. So hopefully I won't be too colorblind today. But hey, this is fun. I'm building out a beautiful fence. We can do all these colors. And that's what's amazing. And don't worry, if you sell out of something, it won't be available. Or we can do options like they can back order the color, even though maybe it won't be available to ship right away. This is where we take all the ways of how you sell once again. We can even do related items. When you're building a fence, you need concrete. So these might not be part of building that actual fence, but they can add it to their bill. They needed to, order some concrete as well. But this is what I wanted to show. You get that list. This is what takes hours. We've been told that some configurators can take a team up to 8 hours of one workday to get all this logic that we did in less than probably 20 seconds here of talking to give you all that information. So it can push into Sage, you can approve it, and then get everything, ordered or ship right away. However you do your operations, as we say, is where we really are effective with that. So I wanted to give these examples and then once again, just close out a little bit more here on moving to our customer support to end off our webinar. As we say, this is our passion. So if you move forward with Commerce Build, you get unlimited support on all our packages. We do not charge for it. Scones like Candy, which is one of the biggest chocolatiers, they call them in North America, described our team, saying Jess and the whole CB customer service team are literally the best support we have on any of our many, many platforms. They are so helpful and quick to respond. It's scary. I'll say that's the only time I like to see the word scary in a customer like testimonial, but it's true. We're really, really responsive and we really want to ensure everyone feels that support day in and day out. We have an international team, so that's important to note too. We don't have call centers. We like to hire where people work when the sun rises and they're not working when the sun's setting, so that we work in the hours of where you're located locally as well, so that we can have global accounts around the world because we have a worldwide team. I'm not sure if there's any questions. If they are, I'll just pass over to my information and pause to see if there are any, and have my information if you need as well. But of course, you would be contacting, the DNA team if you do want to set up a meeting as well with anything that you've seen today. I'll pause and see, Jerry, if there's anything that's been asked or anything to close out with.
I'm just checking now, Robbie. I don't see any questions yet, but we're certainly able to manage those questions if anybody wants to put one in right now.
Great.
No takers. Oh.
Hey, well, if there are any questions in the future, don't hesitate to reach out to myself or, as we say, the DNA team.
That's right. We can connect you with Robbie easily. She's a great associate to work with. Great presentation, Robbie, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everybody. Sorry that my product finder glitched a little bit on me. You gotta love live demos. It's gonna work now, but please go to Batteries Experts and play around. Anyway, gotta love this. Thank you so much, everyone. It's been such an honor and pleasure.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. We look forward to working with you in the future.
Great. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye now.